Ignite.
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 Ignite your inspiration.
Let your dreams drive you forward. Ignite your passion.
Fight every day for what you believe in.
Ignite your service.
Prove that hard work is good work.
Ignite your courage.
Don't let fear limit your achievements. Ignite your leadership.
Guide others on their way to success.
What started as a spark ignites into a flame that will light your world. Welcome to Arkansas 4-H State O-Rama.
Arkansas 4-H, get on your feet and put your hands together for your 2018-2019 Arkansas 4-H State Officers. From White County, your Delta District VP, Sarah Gaskin. From Polk County, your Ouachita District VP, Kayla Barney. From Washington County, your Ozark District VP, Nick Pohlman. From Faulkner County, your reporter, Brent Clark. From Mississippi County, your secretary, Davis Smith. From Greene County, your first vice president, Jessica Griffin. Ladies and gentlemen, from Washington County, your Arkansas 4-H State President, Sarah Gardner.
Welcome to the 2019 4-H State O-Rama. I'm Angie Friel. I'm the Interim Associate Department Head for the 4-H Department at the State Office, and you'll notice that maybe our theme might be Ignite today. Did you notice that? All right, so I've seen some of y'all have some shirts on from TLC too that say Spark. That was no accident. So we started with a spark at TLC, and now we're going to ignite at State O-Rama, right? All right, thank you. Woo, got some people out there. All right. So the reason we have those themes is because we really want 4-H to be part of your journey in finding that spark. Maybe it's through a 4-H project area, maybe it's at an event like this, or meeting a new person, that it will not ignite into something that you're passionate about and that you will love for the rest of your life. Right now is the time to be thinking about what you want to do later in life, and hopefully 4-H is going to be a part of that. There are a couple things I want to ask you to do this week. The first one is to just soak it up. Every single second. I know that when a lot of folks get together, sometimes there may be a little bit of drama, or this week that you may be a little bit tired, but I want you to just really stop and experience the moment this week. We have a lot of people here who are here for the very first time. Raise your hand if you're here for the first time. A bunch of you are. All right. Way to go. So you're here for the first time. You're just trying to survive, I bet, this week. You're going to be following people around. You're going to be looking for buildings. And then maybe some of you are here for the last time. Raise your hand if it's your last time here at O-Rama. A bunch of you here too. Now, y'all don't start crying yet. I know we're going to see that on Thursday night. It's all right. So you guys are probably wondering, where did that time go? Oh my gosh. Just last year was my first year. Just last year I was a Clover Bud. But now you're here for your last year, and then we have folks here in between, right? So I want you all just to soak it up and enjoy every single second. And the second thing I want to ask you to do is to meet a new person this week, or several new people this week. Go ask them what their names are, what project area they're in, where they're from, where they go to school. It doesn't matter. Just meet some new people, because those people that you meet at places like this are going to be the people that can become your lifelong friends. I've seen it over and over again in 4-H as I've gone through my career. So meet new people this week, soak it up, and thanks for being here, and welcome to State O-Rama.
Thank you, Miss Angie. Hello, Arkansas 4-H. Are you all excited to be here? I'm so excited to be here with you all. This year has been really special, and I want to share a little bit about it with you. The state officers began our year in August with orientation, and in September, some of us traveled to Tennessee for the Southern Regional Team Leader Conference. In November, Britt and I traveled to Washington, D.C. for a National 4-H Healthy Habits Workshop. We began planning TLC and O-Ramas in the fall, leading up to the Ambassador Workshop in February. Traveling to New Orleans for the American Farm Bureau Convention in January was an amazing experience to be among thousands of passionate people who have devoted their lives to agriculture. One of my most favorite days was one many of you were a part of at 4-H Day in the Capitol. This was a day where we turned the Capitol green with over 800 4-H youth and adults present. Attending the state FFA convention for the second year was an amazing opportunity to bridge the gap between our organizations. Other state officer highlights included the Association of Counties Legislative Tailgate, visiting Arkansas 4-H Foundation board meetings, and attending the Arkansas Ag Hall of Fame luncheon. The Team Leader Conference and District O-Ramas were 2 fun and exciting back-to-back weeks with you all. Thank you all for allowing us to represent each of you this year. Please join me in welcoming Ashlyn Ward of Pope County and David Green of Conway County to the stage to lead the Pledge of Allegiance and the 4-H Pledge, respectively.
Are you ready to make some noise? It is time for our district roll call. The district that wins will receive the District Spirit Award that will be displayed at the 4-H Center, and it's right here. All right, Arkansas 4-H, get ready to ignite your district and show us some spirit.
Ozark District, how much spirit do we have?
It's time to ignite our spirit, Washita District! Delta District, show everyone your spirit!
Showed out for the district spirit competition. Give yourselves a round of applause. 4-H, earlier this year, the state office team had the wonderful opportunity to attend the Arkansas FFA State Convention. We even had the opportunity to address the crowd and give an update about 4-H. Today, we have a very special guest with us to deliver a few remarks of her own. Dawson Smith is a 2018-2019 Arkansas FFA president and is currently the National FFA Officer Candidate. He will represent Arkansas at the National FFA Convention and Expo in the fall. Arkansas 4-H, put your hands together as we welcome to the stage Dawson Smith representing FFA.
Okay, I'm gonna. What's up, y'all? Good afternoon. I love this crowd. We were just sitting there in the front row talking about it. Y'all are amazing. My name's Dawson Smith, like Jessica said, and I'm from Jackson County. I think we have a few people from Jackson County here. Yeah, there we are. So, just a little bit about myself. I'm a sophomore at Southern Arkansas University. I just retired from FFA state office in April, but I got to put my blue corduroy jacket back on because I get to run for national office in October, so that's super exciting. And I can confidently say that it absolutely, positively warms my heart to be in a room with so many advocates for agriculture. I think it's just a different environment, and I love it. And yeah, go ahead. I think it's great. I love it. And there's only one thing in the world that can warm my heart more, and that's my nieces and nephews. Now, I'm not just Aunt Dawson. No, I am Dawdaw. Not Aunt Dawson, Dawdaw. And I'm that person that when I run into someone I know in Walmart, I can stand there for hours and show that person pictures or tell them stories about my nieces and nephews because I got 4 of them. Love it. But my favorite story to tell is of my oldest nephew, Caden. Caden is the most energetic little country boy ever. He's 3 years old, and he already opens all the doors for all the ladies. His words, not mine. One afternoon, after a big rain came through Newport, Caden was playing outside in the puddles like all little boys do. But he decided that he was going to take his Spider-Man rain boots and go play in the mud instead of just playing in the puddles. So he goes out to the field that's beside my sister's house. A few minutes later, my sister hears Caden screaming and hollering for help. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all forgive me. It went a little something like this. Literally, screaming at the top of his lungs, halfway through this field. So my sister, she takes off running to this field. And when she gets there, she sees him halfway through the field, stuck knee-deep in the mud. His Spider-Man rain boots were gone. So, like any mother would do, she just starts trudging through this mud to try to get him out. Dad ended up having to come help. His older sister had to come help. Everyone had to help get this little boy stuck out of the mud, and everyone ended up barefoot, and we still haven't found those shoes. They're somewhere. When I started thinking about the field that Caden was stuck in, I was like, man, I wonder what farmer uses that land. I wonder whose farm that is. And then I thought, you know how many sticky, muddy situations those farmers get in every year? And then I thought, well, it's everybody in the agriculture industry. Uneducated people who make posts on social media that give the ag industry a bad rep, or too much or not enough rain for the year, are just a few examples of those sticky, muddy, unideal situations that people in the agriculture industry face every day. I absolutely love the fact that Arkansas FFA and 4-H have this growing relationship so that we can band together as advocates for agriculture and try our best to help the ag industry out of those unideal circumstances. So I think we can all challenge ourselves a little bit more today to, when we see something on social media that maybe isn't right, say something. Speak those facts. Or maybe if it's just donating our time, any little thing you can do to help the agriculture industry is going to make an impact. So challenge yourself today to be more aware, to look on social media and say the right things, to help the agriculture industry in any way you can, and I promise you, you will have an impact as an advocate for agriculture. Lastly, I just want to say thanks for letting me be here. Y'all are super cool, and good luck to everyone that's competing this week.
Thank you, Dawson. On behalf of Arkansas 4-H and from one state organization president from another, I'd like to sincerely extend our appreciation to you for spending time with us today. We look forward to a lasting relationship with our friends at Arkansas FFA.
All right, this year the Arkansas 4-H Donor Dinner and the Awards of Excellence ceremony will be on Wednesday. If you are an advanced record book winner, general category scholarship winner, or a Governor's Award finalist, you will attend the dinner on Wednesday night at 5 p.m. only if you've already RSVP'd to the event. You should dress professionally for the dinner, and a bus will pick you up at the O-Rama bus stop in front of Hotz Hall at 4:30 p.m. As for everyone else, you will eat in the cafeteria between 4:30 and 6 p.m. on Wednesday night, and then attend the awards ceremony at 7 p.m., which is going to be here in this room. You may walk here or park in the parking deck beside the Union. Please dress in business casual, which means no jeans, t-shirts, or shorts. And on Thursday, let's ignite this campus with our 4-H spirit by wearing our State O-Rama t-shirts on that day. Also, all ambassadors will need to wear their ambassador polo to the closing assembly on Thursday.
Would you like to win some great prizes this week? Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook. Our handle on all 4 platforms is at Arkansas 4-H. We also have a Snapchat filter for the week. This week, there will be different social media contests on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook. The hashtags for the week will be hashtag AR4H and hashtag AR4HIgnite. Please see the 2019 4-H O-Rama promotional contest flyer for more details. County agents will receive their flyer during your meeting this evening. To kick off the social media prizes for the week, we would like to announce the traveling picture contest that started this morning and ended when this ceremony began. Please stand for applause if your name is called, and then after this assembly, please come to the stage to collect your prize. The winner of the Bluetooth speaker is Connor something like that, from Benton County.
You can sit down now. The College Career Fair and Bumpers College Picnic will be on the Ag, Food, and Life Science Lawn, which is located across from the Pat Walker Health Science Center, on Wednesday from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Be sure to bring your passport that came in your county's registration packet to the fair. Visit each booth and have them stamp your passport. You must get all of the stamps to be eligible for prizes. Turn in your completed passports by 1:30 p.m. at the 4-H booth at the event. Just a reminder, each of you have signed a 4-H code of conduct, and everyone is expected to follow the code. In the event that anyone has broken the code of conduct, a review board is in place to take care of the situation. If you have any questions, please refer to the code of conduct video on our website or talk to your county agent.
State 4-H officer elections are a very important part of State 4-H O-Rama. Officers have a responsibility to represent Arkansas 4-H throughout the year at many state level and national level events, and this job should be taken very seriously. These candidates have already shown their dedication to 4-H by serving as teen stars, State 4-H ambassadors, and taking part in a series of interviews, impromptu speaking challenges, and storytelling practices. At this time, we will hear from our state officer candidates. Just like last year, each county is allotted 2 voting delegates to represent your county. Delegates will cast a vote for the new state officer team. After listening to each candidate's speech, counties may decide how your delegates' votes will be cast, and voting will take place during the general business session on Thursday from 1:30 to 3 o'clock p.m. back here in the Arkansas Union. Remember that 3 of your new officers were already chosen at District O-Ramas back in June. There are now 7 candidates running for 4 state officer positions, which are reporter, secretary, first vice president, and your new Arkansas 4-H state president. First to the stage is Melissa Hope from Benton County.
A, that a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. But the bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Barry B. Benson. Have you ever thought something seemed impossible? 2 years ago at this time, I was sitting where you are today, listening to the candidates give speeches of why they should be on the next Arkansas State Officer team. Running for an office or being elected seemed impossible, but a desire was born, and I set goals for myself and worked to make it happen. Good afternoon, Arkansas 4-Hers. My name is Melissa Hope, and there's a reason why my favorite quote is from Barry B. Benson. Melissa means honeybee in Greek, and, like Barry, I believe nothing is impossible because I am possible. 4-H is full of action words, as we pledge to use our head, heart, hands, and health to better ourselves and our communities. Today, I will share with you some of my favorite be action words. Be a leader. Be a learner. Be a server. Did you know bees communicate using a series of movements, almost like a dance, to teach other bees how to get the best pollen? They are serving their hive. As a determined 4-H'er, you can fly into new experiences in your club, community, county, district, state, and even nation. This week, you'll be giving speeches on STEM projects, entomology, fitness, safety, environmental stewardship. You'll be participating in bicycle, BB, fashion, and horticulture competitions. You serve your community by planting trees, picking up trash, and filling a Ford to feed a family. As one of your state officers, I will help you learn the best that you can be and serve others with 4-H. Be determined. Be a worker. A tiny honeybee can fly as much as 375 miles during its lifetime. They are serving their hive. As a determined 4-H'er, you can fly into new experiences in your club, community, county, district, state, and even nation. Citizenship is my main project. Because of my determination and hard work, I traveled to Atlanta as a state record book winner, to Denver with the State Family Consumer Sciences team, and to Washington, D.C. twice. Once, I even got to speak to the U.S. Department of Human and Health Services under the Office of Adolescent Health. What are you working towards in your 4-H career? What is your main project? What are you determined to do? As one of your Arkansas state officers, I will help keep you determined so you can fly towards your goal. So this week, when you buzz on over to vote, be sure to cast your ballot for the candidate who knows that when you be a worker and serve your community and be determined to work so nothing is impossible, me, Melissa, Honeybee Hope. Let's work together to build a stronger hive. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Next, we will have Will Phillips from Arkansas County.
I started going to meetings when I was 2 weeks old in Mississippi County. The Blytheville bookworms called me their clover seed. I moved to Arkansas County, and now I'm a Clover kid. 4-H is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I've won 2 state contests, entomology and WEP. I got to compete in National WEP in Rock Eagle, Georgia, and I've gotten to go to National 4-H Congress in Atlanta. I've gone to our national capitals and our state capital, and met our representatives. 4-H has helped me overcome a lot of my fears, like my fear of heights, my fear of dancing, and my fear of public speaking. But now that you know little of my 4-H past, I'd like to talk to you about what I like to do in the future. I think that 4-H is the best thing that can ever happen to a kid. If you elect me your state officer, I will work hard to share 4-H with all the kids in Arkansas. There are so many kids who also have fears. Like, as I've said, a fear of heights, a fear of dancing, and a fear of public speaking. 4-H can help you overcome all of those fears, just like it did for me and just like it's doing for you. if you're here today, you have already overcome some of your fears. You had to compete to get here. All the kids in Arkansas need what 4-H can give them, what we have, confidence. And as a 4-H'er, it is my job to make sure all the kids in Arkansas have that. We all get wrapped up in what we're competing in and for, and that's important, but the really important thing is to share our 4-H experiences with all the kids in Arkansas, like I said, so they can have all the great opportunities we have. Will you help me do that? Will you vote Will for state office and help all the kids in Arkansas get what they deserve? Thank you, and vote Will.
Thank you, Will. Now we will hear from Sierra Burnett from Washington County.
Good morning. Peter Sinclair said, "Determination, patience, and courage is all that's truly necessary in order to make something better." Hi, my name's Sierra Burnett. I'm from Washington County, and today I am running for your Arkansas 4-H state officer. Determination, patience, and courage. All organizations that have been successful started out with at least one person who displayed all three of these characteristics and used them for the betterment of others. You don't have to be particularly special to have these characteristics. You just have to always be willing to learn and be willing to use those characteristics for the betterment of others. That is exactly what I intend to do if I'm elected as your Arkansas 4-H state officer. So, let's talk a little bit about determination. Anyone that knows me knows that I am a seriously goal-oriented person. If you tell me that something is impossible, I will do almost anything within my power to prove you wrong. This characteristic has actually helped me a lot in my 4-H career. It's helped me accomplish several different things that people have told me were impossible. Among those are setting a new record, national record, for Arkansas in the Livestock Skill-a-thon contest by placing 5th high individual. So, from working with a primarily Cloverbud club and submitting a record book every year, I have developed a lot of patience. Patience is definitely not something that you can just have overnight. And I work every day in every aspect of my life to incorporate patience into everything that I do. Because patience truly is a virtue. One of my icons said, "Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway." This is one of my core quotes. It doesn't matter how afraid you are, it just matters that you can power through it and you get up there and do it anyway. So obviously, I'm pretty sure you guys can tell, I'm pretty scared right now. I was terrified coming here. I was like, what if I forget my speech? What if I do something dumb? I could fall off the stage. Like, what if I did that? But you know, it doesn't really matter how afraid I was. All that mattered was I got up here and did it anyway. And that's truly what courage is. So, when you go to vote this week, remember, determination, patience, and courage. And vote for me, Sierra Burnett, as your 2019-2020 Arkansas 4-H state officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Sierra. Joining us on stage next is Faith Britch from Benton County.
Faith. In 1902, some individuals had faith that if they taught the younger generation about the new agricultural advancements, they could change the future. Now, in 2019, 117 years later, we all gather today for one common purpose: 4-H. 4-H brings us together in our clubs, communities, counties, districts, state, and even sometimes our nation. Today I stand before you as I run for office. I understand the responsibilities and dedication that it takes to be a state officer. A state officer has to be well-rounded. One day they may be speaking to government officials, business individuals, or even sponsors. But on another day, a state officer may get to speak to a Cloverbud, junior, or senior member of 4-H as they ask them about their projects. I am a very diverse individual. I love to learn and try new things, and 4-H has provided me with opportunities to give speeches, to sew, cook, learn about wildlife identification and forestry, and even play my violin and sing. I also participated in shooting sports, where I learned how to shoot and developed a love for hunting. I have had wins and losses in all of my projects, but I always came away having learned something. I went into most things with fear, but always came away glad that I had tried, no matter the outcome. I, Faith Fritsch, proudly shout out that I am a third-generation 4-H'er. I understand the importance of remembering those who have come before us so that we can continue the legacy for those who come after us. I love 4-H a latte, so if you see me around campus, feel free to come say hi. And I want to leave you with this. If your fear is present, your faith is absent. But if your faith is present, then your fear is absent. So always remember to have faith and vote for your faithful servant, Faith Fritsch. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. Up next to the stage, we have Chase Blum from Baxter County.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, are you guys excited for State O-Rama? Okay, so I've got a couple of questions for you guys. So, what lies in our future? Is it a bunch of computers and robots running our society? Are we driving flying cars to get everywhere we need to go? Whatever lies ahead, I am here to help you chase your future. Hi, my name is Chase Blum. I'm 17 years old, and I'm from Baxter County, and I'm running to be one of your next Arkansas State officers. From a young age, we all had crazy dreams that we wanted to pursue that don't have anything to do with what we want now. But we all still found ways to chase those dreams. What that taught me was that we have to work hard for everything and chase our futures. As one of your state officers, I will help each and every one of you chase your future through 4-H by not only making 4-H events as fun as I can and enjoyable for all of you, but also just by being an approachable member of the state officer team. The first state officer that I ever talked to, his name was Ethan. He was great. I felt like I had known him after only talking to him for a few minutes because that's how approachable he was. Since we're all in 4-H, we all learn by doing. So I have a couple of questions. Where are my agriculture and livestock people? Okay, where are my science and technology people? Where are my music and art people? Okay, where are my humanities people, whether that be citizenship, leadership, anything that falls under there? So these are all things that I have done as a project in 4-H, and I believe that they make me better suited to serve all of you. So remember, when voting, vote for me, Chase Blum, and chase your future in Arkansas 4-H. Thank you and good luck this week.
Thank you, Chase. Next, we have Brent Clark from Faulkner County.
All right, so I was once asked, how would I compare 4-H'ers to a vehicle? I was like, no, I don't know. So here's what I said. I said 4-H'ers are like good trucks, dependable and gets the job done. Howdy, my name is Brent Clark, and I'm running to be your next 2019-2020 State Force President. A good truck needs a good mechanic, right? So how am I, Brent Clark, going to be the good mechanic of 4-H? Well, let me tell you. So all mechanics know that they've got to listen to all the parts of their vehicle so they can be fully aware of any issues with their vehicle. That is exactly what I will do, Brent Clark, as your State Force mechanic. I will always listen to all 4-H'ers' input and care about their input so I can address their input with care, including the squeaky wheel. Next quality of a good mechanic is that they always are responsible for their actions and the actions of the people they are teaching. If a part breaks because of them or the people they are teaching, the mechanic will simply just take responsibility to fix it quickly and efficiently. That is exactly what I will do, Brent Clark, as your State Force mechanic. I will always take responsibility of not just my own actions, but also of the actions of the 4-H'ers I'm leading, because I understand that all leaders are also mentors. The next quality of a good mechanic is mechanics are always organized, because if there aren't, they can't fix their vehicle. This past year, I was able to help plan Team Leader Conference as a State 4-H officer, and man, I learned a lot about organization and how to get any event running smoothly and properly. But let's just face it, no good mechanic became a good mechanic overnight. They've had years of experience, and this past year being a state officer has really taught me how to be your next state forage mechanic. The next quality of a good mechanic is that they always get to know all their customers, and they make sure that their vehicle is a pleasure to drive. I, Brent Clark, will always do the same. I'll always be outgoing so I can meet all 4-Hers, because I've seen the beauty of a state forage officer taking the time to meet that kid in the corner. And lastly, all mechanics love their job. They're not going to be good if they don't love their job. Good mechanics, they absolutely love talking to people, working on the vehicles, and preparing the vehicles for the future. I, Brent Clark, was your battery last year and absolutely love to be your mechanic this year. So vote for me, Brent Clark, to be your next 2019-2020 State Forage mechanic. Vote for me, Brent Clark, to be your next 2019-2020 State Forage president. Vote for Brent Clark.
Thank you, Brent. Finally, we have Kimber Campbell from Sebastian County.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Kimber Campbell. Have you ever had a destiny? One that has always been there? My name's Kimber Campbell, and I share a first name with the gun and the last name with the famous soup brand. My destiny? It's gonna sound crazy. It's gonna sound weird. But it was to make leadership soup. Now let me tell you what that is. Leadership soup is all the qualities a leader needs, whether they're in 4-H, in your communities, your nation, or even your own state. Now, in my leadership soup, I want to have qualities such as honesty, integrity, hospitality, and respect. But my soup, I want to have a little spice in. I want creativity, innovative thinking, and fun. I want to give each and every one of you your own ingredients to make your own batch of leadership soup. But if you want a cup of mine, vote for Kimber Campbell to get a cup of Kimber Campbell's leadership soup. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Kimber. Let's give all of our state officer candidates a round of applause for showing us They have all done a great job at showing us how they plan to ignite Arkansas 4-H and for taking on new challenges to strengthen their leadership skills. If you are a voting delegate, remember to meet back here at 1:15 p.m. on Thursday to participate in the general business session. Your name tag should be marked with a green sticker, which must be worn to the business session in order to cast your vote.
This year, we have a great speaker here to help us ignite our journey with 4-H. Kyle Lookham has been speaking professionally for the past 9 years, and his messages have reached tens of thousands of people in 46 states. He delivers messages on positivity, leadership, and action through his use of musical comedy and engaging personal stories. Kyle is the founder of Action Packed Leadership and the author of 2 books on leadership. He has run 6 marathons in 3 different continents, been the first employee of a $1 million marketing startup, and led service trips to New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. He trained in the military for a year and was a Division I basketball walk-on at Marquette University. Through his out-of-the-ordinary life experiences, Kyle encourages others to use his successes and failures to live their own action-packed lives.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you? Good? Doing good? You got some energy in this room? Because I heard you before when they announced your districts. I feel like we should pretend that just happened. Please welcome Kyle. Welcome to the stage. That's better. Hey, guys. My whole deal is about thinking positive, taking action, and creating change. I talk a lot about kindness and positivity, but I believe that those things don't matter unless you take action on them, unless you do something. So we're going to start together with a couple little actions. I know you guys have been sitting for a little bit. Maybe just shake out, make sure you're just a little bit ready to take some actions together. First thing I want you to do, super easy. All I want you to do, just place your feet just firmly on the ground. Right where you are. Simple enough. Nice. One person's like, nope, you lost me already. I see you. Yeah. What I'd like for you to do, I'd like you to just sit up just a little bit straighter. Nice. What I would like for you to do, I'd like you to take one slow, silent, deep breath just all the way in. Nice, and then just all the way out. Good, I would like for you to just smile. Just smile. And I'm going to challenge you. I want you to try to smile now using all the muscles in your face. Just smile. Turn to your left or your right. Show somebody next to you your smile real quick. Nice. I want you to give that person a quick high five and say that was a beautiful smile. Good. I don't just want these things to be fun. I want you to learn some things as we do this too. So I'd like everybody, make sure you're nice and loose. I'd like you to put your arms out just like this. And then I'd like you to cross them over each other. And then I would like you to connect them and just squeeze nice and tight. Make sure your right hand's on the top. Sorry, I didn't say that. Make sure your right hand is on the top. Got it? Good. I would like for you to put your index fingers out just like that. And if you all did this correctly, you all would be able to go just like this. Man, some minds just blew up out there. I was actually born with 2 left hands, so that's how that works. No, I want you guys to make sure that in the course of this, you're understanding that we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to tell some stories, but my hope is that you guys learn some things too. So because you're still struggling, I know a magician never gives up their secrets, but I'll do it again for you guys. And you guys have a magician later. I'm no magician, so I'll do it again. Ready? Watch closely. I hope you guys get it this time. Ready? So we're going to put our arms out just like this. We're going to cross them over. We're going to squeeze them tightly, really tight, and make sure your right hand is on the top. Your right hand is on the top, okay? And then you just put your index fingers out like this, and you turn that right to the middle. If you still don't have it, make sure one of your friends explains it to you later. Here's what I want you to do. I want you... What? Some people are still like... All right, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like for you to reach in front of you or reach behind you. I'd like for you to shake somebody's hand and just introduce yourself. All right, wait. Here's what I would like for you to do. What I would like for you to do is I want everybody in the room to put their right index finger up in the air, just like this. Everyone in the room, just put your right index finger up, just like this. And then I want you to put your left palm up, just like that. I want you to take your right index finger, I want you to place it into the palm of the person next to you. All right, and here's what I want you to do. On the count of 3, you have 2 jobs. Your first job is to try to catch that person's finger. Your second job is to try to get your finger away. All right? On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. How many of you caught the person's finger? How many of you got caught? How many of you cheated? Nice. Guys, I love this energy right now. Let's give a quick round of applause because I think they deserve it to all these state officer candidates who are out here just a second ago. You got it. Yeah, good job. Guys, I need to share something with you. I'm here, I'm excited to be here. I talk all the time about thinking positive and taking action, but ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a hero. Like in the movies, like Batman was my jam back in the day when I was little. And I know like Iron Man and Spider-Man and Wonder Woman and all these people now. I think when I was little, Batman was my jam because he had the easiest theme song to sing. Like Batman's theme song, you guys probably know it. Yeah, pretty easy. Doesn't take a lyrical genius to figure that one out. As a kid, I loved Batman, and I wanted to be a hero. And as I grew up, I just kind of figured, like, how? How do I become a hero? Like, what do? I don't have superpowers. I don't have Dawson's nephew's Spider-Man rain boots. I don't have a cape. I don't really want to wear underwear on the outside of my pants. Like, how do I become a hero? Like, what do I do, right? And so I started to hear some different terms being thrown around of like what a hero is. And the first term I always heard was a hometown hero. Like when you win the admiration and the respect of like the people in your hometown. I was like, that would be cool, right? Like if I could figure out a way to win the admiration and the respect of the people in my hometown, like that would be pretty cool. So when I went off to Marquette University, I'm like, well, what could I do that's big? And so I got this idea in my head. I was like, I'm going to try to make it onto the Marquette University men's basketball team. Now they're a pretty good team. They're Division I school. They're usually in the top 25 teams in the country. They're pretty good. And guys, I get it. Like I know looking at me, you'd think more like football player. I understand. That's actually really kind because I was at a school a few weeks ago and I said that and somebody like in the third row was just like, no, tennis. You said that? Right off the bat. It was funny though because then somebody else, like without skipping a beat, chimed in and they were like, chess. Like, I don't know how unathletic you have to look like you'd be a great chess player. Like, you know what sport you should be in? You should be with all those old people at the park. Like, okay. But I got this idea in my head, like, I'm going to try out for the Marquette men's basketball team. And so they were holding open tryouts. I show up, have my shorts on, my shirt on, you know, and 26 guys are there. They put us through these drills, and it was pretty easy, actually. I didn't really understand. Like, I'm like, I thought it'd be harder than this. They sent us home, and they're like, all right, guys, get out of here. If you made it to the second round, we'll give you a phone call. So I go home thinking, well, that's that. And a week passes, and my phone rings, and I pick it up. They say, Kyle, we're calling on behalf of Marquette basketball. You made it to the second round. I was like, let's go. So I show up to the second round, and there's 9 guys there. So out of the 26, 9 guys got to the second round. And there are 9 people there. They put us through some drills. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. They just put us through some drills, and they send us home, and they say, hey, if you made it to the third round, we'll call you. So again, I leave, and I have my head in my chest because I'm like, that's it. I'm done. A week passes. My phone rings. They say, hey, we're calling on behalf of Marquette basketball. You made it to the third round. I was like, let's go. So I show up to the third round. There's 4 guys. It's me and 3 other guys. We walk into the gym, and I'm kind of loose. I'm like, oh, the first 2 rounds weren't that hard. It was kind of easy. Like, what's this going to be? They welcomed us in with a smile, and they're like, hey, guys, welcome. Glad you're here. And then all of a sudden, the smile just, like, left the coach's face, and he's like, get on the line. How many of you have ever heard a coach say, get on the line? Yeah, what does it mean? Yeah, you're about to die. Yeah, so we get on the line. We're on one side of the gym, and on the other side of the gym, there's basically a big scoreboard, and they put 22 seconds up on the scoreboard. And so we're on one side, and they say, all right, here's the deal, guys. You have 22 seconds to go down, back, down, back. If you make it, you get the rest of the 60 seconds in that minute to rest. If you don't make it, you have to leave. At the end of the 60 seconds, you're going to start another 22 seconds. You're going to go down, back, have the rest of the 60 seconds to rest, and then we start again, and we're going to run until 3 of you quit. And so we get on this line, and we start running 22 seconds at a time, barely making it every time, trying to catch our breath, running again, and you guys, 2 hours later, I was the only person left in the gym, and they said, Kyle, welcome to Marquette basketball. Thanks. And I was ecstatic. I was excited. I was like, wow, like this is incredible. Like I never really thought that I'd be a part of this team. And people ask me all the time, they're like, how many minutes did you get? How many minutes did you get in games? 0. I never played 1 minute. I didn't even get to suit up. They kept me in practice. They did that. And I started to think back, like, am I a hero? Am I a hero because I ran a lot and made a team and never played on it? I don't think so. Like, I don't think that's what makes you a hero. I started to reevaluate maybe what a hero might actually be, because I thought that maybe that would win me some respect or admiration, but that wasn't really what it was. That wasn't really elevating me to hero status in any way. So then, about that time, something else came out with the word hero in it, and I was like, this has got to be a sign. If you could put the slide up here, I think there's a slide, and then, yeah, there it is. I was like, it's in the name. It has to be. It's a calling, right? I was like, I should probably do something with guitar. So I decided that day, I'm like, I'm going to start a band. And I was like, well, wait a second. I can't sing very well. I'm going to start a rap group. And so I just started walking around Marquette's campus. I started asking people if they wanted to be in my rap group, like literally just random people. I would start to just go up to people. I'm like, hey, do you want to join my rap group? Yes? Do you think that's what most people said? No, not even close. Especially, thank you though. Let's give her a real round of applause. Also, especially that, like, I'm a stranger to you. Like, I don't know what they teach you in Arkansas, but I feel like I've been told from day one, don't talk to strangers and don't join their rap groups. I've never told that joke before, by the way. So I was walking up to these random people. I'm like, hey, do you want to be in my rap group? And most people didn't even say no. Most people were like, who are you? Until two guys decided to join my rap group. Two guys with just great rap names, Dave and Kevin. Yeah, Dave, Kevin, and Kyle. We decided to start a rap group, and we called ourselves the Spanish O'Donnells. And we started to just make these ridiculous songs and crazy videos and just put them out there on YouTube. And guys, if it's okay with you today, I would like to play you a song by the Spanish O'Donnells. Is that cool with you guys? All right. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's getting real. Also, how many rappers can say they play one of these? Not many. So, I'm going to play a song for you today. This song is about an unfortunate experience that once happened in my life that I now think is funny. Here we go. Oh, by the way, it would be really helpful if you all were my hype people during this song. Yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing about hype people. You guys just did a great job, but what I've learned is that some people think being a hype person is just like clapping along. And like, I don't know if you've been to many rap concerts where you just see people like in the crowd, like normally just a hype person is the person who just brings some extra energy to whatever they're saying. So like, if I say something you like, or if I'm going fast or whatever, you just like make a random noise with your mouth. Yeah. All right? Cool. So this is a song about an unfortunate experience that I now think is funny. Here we go. I might crash a party. I'd crash into my bed. I'd crash after a sugar high has left from my head. I might crush a golf ball. Might even hit par. But I never wanted to crash my car. You could tell me that it is quite the mission just to get behind the wheel and try to avoid a collision. I think it's just superstition because I'm physically set. I've done crunches so long you'd think I was a core vet. And mentally too, I think that was a given. Getting better every day, you could say that I'm driven. But other drivers on the road, what are they thinking? I've seen them turn left while their right signal's blinking. I've seen them switch lanes just to cut right back. Like, excuse me, Jeff Gordon, this isn't your personal racetrack. So if you see a bad driver, just one thing to do, safely slow down and get a good distance away from them. Because I don't mess with you. I might crash a party, I'd crash into my bed. I'd crash after a sugar high has left from my head. I might crush a golf ball, might even hit par, but I never wanted to crash my car. Now, you guys don't know this about me yet, but I absolutely love puns. I do. I love plays on words. I love the English language, and so I figured I would just get all of my car puns just out of the way with this second verse. You guys ready? In the back, are you guys ready? All right, good. Here we go. Some people flip rhymes while I practically tossed it. Car raps got me tired, maybe even exhausted. I'd be sparking up my circuits like my name is MacGyver, and my favorite Green Bay Packer, his name was Donald Driver. I'm not a fan of littering, so my backseat's filled with junk. Do you know elephants don't need suitcases because they already have a trunk? Seriously though, folks, I'm just being real. As a little kid might say, I'm just being wheel. That was bad, I know. Let's speed it up a little bit. I got that SUV, that car I LUV. You see me rolling down my STREET. You think I'm done with this rhyme? You better step on the brakes. How come all the best cars are always named after snakes? Got my Viper, my Cobra, well I guess that's that. Maybe they're not named after snakes, maybe there's way more cats. Got my Jaguar, my Wildcat, my Cougar, and my Cheetah. This rhyme is too hot, I need to turn down the heater. With all these Katniss rhymes, you'd think that my name was PETA. I'm like a Porsche Ferrari, I'm an industry leader, and now you can't get past the way I'm pushing this gas. You can call me Ricky Bobby, because yeah, I like to go fast. Every time I spit raps, Every time I spit raps, I plan on showing up because I'm like an airbag. I'm blowing up. I might crash a wedding, I might crash land. I think it's safe to say that these crashes aren't planned. So if you need some advice, it might take you far. Don't ever crash your car. Thank you. Thank you. So, Dave, Kevin, and I, we started a band called the Spanish O'Donnells, and we started to just put our stuff on YouTube and put it out there. And the first day that we put it out, we had like 6 views. I know. Yeah, all 3 of us were like, thanks, Mom. And like a week passed, and we had like 10. We're like, we have 4 friends, great. And another week passed, and like right out of the blue, we had about 1,000. And then we had 2,000. But then we had 10,000. All of a sudden we had 20. Then we had 50. All of a sudden we had 100,000 views. And we were like, oh no. Like, what's going on? And one day I get a phone call, number I didn't recognize. Which, by the way, if you get a phone call from a number you don't recognize, what do? Some of you are bold. Some of you immediately pick it up. Some of you, I saw you. You're like, don't answer that. A lot of times it's like, hi, this is Jessica from Marriott Hotels. It's like an automated messaging service. I pick it up. I like that. Like, especially if it says unknown ID, because then it's like a mystery. Like, you couldn't call that person back if you wanted to. So I get a phone call one day, and I pick it up, and I say, hello. And the person on the other end says, hello. Yeah, it was like Barack Obama voice. Hello. He says, hello, is this Kyle Wilkham of the Spanish O'Donnells? I was like, I guess so. And he was like, I'm calling on behalf of Marquette University. And I'm like, oh. And he said, to my surprise, we were wondering if we could hire you to make a music video for our school. Guys, this was the first time in my life that I had become a paid rapper. We were excited about it. Like, we kind of like huddled around the phone. We put it on speaker. We're like, go on, right? And he said, yeah, we want you to make a music video for our school as a part of like our school's marketing, and we're going to put it out there. And so they talked us into making a music video about the most like non-rap thing in the entire world. We actually made a song for them about financial aid. And we put it out there, and it was crazy because a month after it got put out there, they called us back and they said, hey guys, your video, the month after we put it out there, financial contributions to Marquette University tripled. We were like, well, that's good. They said, no, we don't think you understand. Like, what you have here is pretty cool. We want to put you out there and get you more marketing gigs, and we want you to make videos and songs. Guys, we ended up, our part-time job to help pay for college was being rappers. And it was crazy because we got to make songs and music videos for companies and organizations and different sports teams. We got to make music videos with some NBA players, which was pretty cool. Dwayne Wade was in one of our music videos with us. Jimmy Butler was in there. We have a picture, I think, of the Spanish O'Donnells that we could throw up on the screen. That's a photo of us. And the tall guy in the middle, that's Steve Novak. He played in the NBA for about 10 years, just making a ridiculous music video with us. I'm on the right, the far right for you guys. Then there's Dave, the short one. Don't tell him I said that. And you have Kevin on the other side. People always say, well, do you guys still make videos? So Kevin actually went on to become a captain in the Army, which is pretty cool. And as soon as he went into the Army, they found a little group called the Spanish O'Donnells. And I don't know how the military feels about like comedic rap music, but they were like, hey, Kevin, you probably should take some of these off. But we don't make any music anymore, but I tell you this because a lot of times the things that we find fun, the things that make us smile, the things that we should go after, they're the things that just bring energy to us. The things that we enjoy, the things that you guys probably are competing in. Like, those are the things that, I don't know, a lot of times society will tell us to steer away from, to do something else, to be more stable, be more solid, do this. But honestly, like, if that's going to fill you with life, if that's going to fill you with joy, I would really recommend that those are the things that you do. But guys, coming back to my central theme of this, did that make me a hero? No. By no means did that make me any sort of hero in any sense of the word. So I had to go back to the drawing board, and when I was in college, I had this mentor. His name was John. He was 85 years old, and John said something to me one day that really flipped the way that I thought about some of this, about my pursuit of being some hero. You know, he said to me, hey, Kyle, do you want to know the most important thing that you can ever do in this world? I said, of course I do, yeah. And he just looked me in the eyes, and it always stuck with me. He looked me in the eyes, and he said, the most important thing that you can ever do in this world is see written on the forehead of every person you meet the words, make me feel important. The most important thing you can ever do in this world is see written on the forehead of every person you meet the words, make me feel important. And you guys, I don't think I fully understood that in the moment. I don't think in that moment I walked away and I was like, that's it. That's the key. But there was a moment where it did make sense to me, where I fully understood. And to give you some backstory about this moment, the summer after my junior year of college, I got this internship out in California. Has anyone ever been to California in here? Nice. How'd you like it? Hot? Oh, okay. Hot, just temperature-wise. Okay, it's very hard to have a two-way conversation from here to there. A lot of times it's like, how's it going? It's like, woo, right? I feel like it'd be funny if you all just answered honestly. It's like, hey, everybody, how's it going? It's like, yeah, I'm doing okay today. Because I like that, because I was like, have you ever been to California? How was it? And she's like, hot. Yeah, it's warm. I got this internship in Southern California in Newport Beach the summer after my junior year of college, and I moved in to this beach house with these like surfer bro kind of roommates. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like, this was my first real experience with like a surfer bro culture. I'm telling you, like, these guys could not even they couldn't pronounce my name. My name is Kyle. And I walked in, and the first time they met me, they were like, hey, Kyle. That was the first time. They were like, hey, Kyle, hey. Kyle. they'd always say things to me that I like never understood. They're like, hey, Kyle, do you want to go out? Do you want to check the surf? I'm like, I have no idea what that means. They're like, don't even worry about it, dude. We'll go out. We'll check the surf. Guys, apparently you guys are from Arkansas, not a lot of coastal land in Arkansas. But checking the surf basically means just going out onto the beach, just standing there and just staring at the water. Just staring at it. Like, I'm originally from Wisconsin, so like we have Lake Michigan, but you don't just usually go out there and be like, these guys would be out there, and so I'd be walking out with them, didn't want to be left out, and I'd be on the beach with them, just looking at it, and they'd be over there like analyzing it, like a wave would crash, and they'd be like, oh. I'm over here like, what? Another wave would fall, they'd be like, oh, bro. What? They'd nudge me, they'd be like, hey man, describe it. I'm like, it's wet? I don't know. Like, and then I found out that might not even be true, right? H2, oh no. They'd be like, no man, today it's super choppy, yesterday it was glossy, I went out, hit the pipe, got pitted. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I never had any idea, but I loved it. Like, these guys were the best. One day, one of these guys, he came home, and he was like, hey, man, I bought us a pet. I'm like, okay, like, what is it? And he's like, a python, bro. I'm like, no, like, I don't want that in our house. Does somebody over there own a python? Wait, you said yeah. Wait, why? Who owns a python in here? You do? What's his name? Her name? Pie? That's sweet. That just went over some people's head. Get it? Pie, sweet. Never mind. You just got that. Wow. I told you I like puns. Got to keep up. So he's like, I bought a python. And I'm like, I don't really want a python living in our house with us. He's like, don't worry about it. We'll name him Lenny. Like, how does that make any difference? Like, I loved living with these guys. It was so fun. Like, the summer in California was great. I had an awesome internship experience. There was one thing that I did not like about living in California, and it was like the excessive traffic. Like, to go 3 miles home from my internship every day, it would take me 45 minutes. And when I would get there, I didn't have a parking spot. So every single day I'd have to drive around for about 30 minutes and find a spot. And when I did, every single day of the summer, I would have to, in my suit, in my tie, I would have to get out of my car and go on to this same beach path. All summer long, same beach path. I'd get out of my car after I was frustrated from the traffic, get on this beach path. I think we have a photo of the beach path that I walked down to. This is the one. This is exactly what I walked down all summer long. And like, it's gorgeous. It's amazing. I think it's beautiful, but in my mind, I had just had a hard day of work. I just was in traffic. Guys, walking down this beach path for me was kind of miserable because I was in my suit and my tie from my day at work, and I would walk down every single day. I'd look out onto the beach. People were like throwing frisbees and playing volleyball and kicking soccer balls around and swimming, surfing, doing these fun things. And like, I wanted to be out there. I didn't want to be in a suit and a tie just walking back home to my surfer bro roommates. Like, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be out there. I felt like the Little Mermaid. Like, I want to be where the people are. Which also, I never understood why she says, what is it called? Fork, right? Or something like that. Like, they gave her the script a long time in advance. She should probably be more professional than that. This is a terrible joke. Every day of the summer, I would be walking down this beach path, and I would just make myself more and more miserable because I'd just be looking out every day like, I want to be there. I don't want to be here. I want to be there. I want to be somewhere else. I want to be doing something else. And that whole summer passed, and I was just stuck in my own head about this, my own mindset. I was just stuck until the last day of the summer came around. Last day, I had a couple days left. It was the last day of my internship, so I could do whatever I wanted the 3 days after that. Like, what would you do if you had 3 days left in Southern California, nothing on your plate? Sleep, okay. Boring, but all right. What would you do? Go surfing? All right, cool. Parasailing? Nice. Swimming? All right. Are you afraid of sharks? Oh, that's good. What? Go home? I'd just go home. That's very practical. Guys, I was just daydreaming about all the things I was going to do for the next 3 days, and I was walking down this beach path, same one all summer long, but that day something a little bit different happened. On that day, instead of just walking home to the surfer bro roommates that I had all summer long, that day a fire truck pulled up and it parked on the beach path. And like, I've seen Sesame Street, so I know like one of these things just doesn't belong here. Like, I understand. So I turn to the beach and I start to see this little crowd start to gather in one specific area, and I see a man who's kind of watching something start to happen, and it seemed like he had been there for a little bit, so I go over to him and I say, "Excuse me, sir, what's going on?" He said, "Well, apparently there was this boy who was digging up a hole or a tunnel or something on the beach, and the sand collapsed over top of him. So the firefighters, they're about to run out right now, and they're about to try to rescue this boy." And I need to be really honest with you guys right now, because I'm not perfect. I've never been perfect in my life. The first thought that I had, and I'm embarrassed to share this with you, but the first thought that I had in that moment was, that's not really my problem. I know, that's not really my problem. That was my first thought that I had, because I was preoccupied thinking about the things that were going to happen in the next 3 days, the exciting stuff on my plate, going swimming or surfing or sleeping or going home. I was just preoccupied with the other things, when something was right in front of me, something that I could maybe help with, and my first thought was, that's not really my problem. But I'm also here today to tell you that your first thought does not have to be your last thought. And I think that's so important today, especially with social media, with all of these things that we can respond so quickly to. We can respond with anger, we can respond with a lot of emotion, and our first thought is often the one that just fires out of our mouth. But your first thought does not have to be your last thought. Your last thought can be one of patience, of poise. Your last thought can be one that's helpful. Your last thought can be one of service. And my last thought that day was, hey, maybe this is the day. Maybe this was what my mentor John was talking about seeing written on the forehead of every person you meet the words, "Make me feel important." Maybe this is that moment for me. So for the first time all summer long, the first time, I jumped off of my beach pad. I got off of it for the first time all summer. And I started running onto the beach with these firefighters who were going out to help. I'd like to give you guys a quick little visual of what this looked like. So I'm going to need a couple big burly firefighters to come up just for a little. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, come on up. Yeah, first. Yeah, good. Anyone else? Yeah, anyone else? You feel free to volunteer your friends. Yeah, there's one. Perfect, right there. Yeah, come up. Good. Yeah, over there. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Come on up. All right, good. And just kind of spread out. Just spread out across the front right here. You just here, right here. Just stay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Just spread out. Yeah, good. Yeah, and if you are their friends, this would be a good time to use that Snapchat filter that they were telling you about before. Feel free. So, hey, how you doing? What's your name?
I'm Brent.
You're pretty big. You're a strong guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's all. All right. So what ended up happening, at least in my memory or recollection of it, is as we started to run onto the beach together, everything just turned into slow motion. And we all just started running together in slow motion. And really quick, I want them to know just how big and burly you all are. Just maybe just like flex a little bit, make some poses, show them how big and burly you all are. You don't even have to do anything, do you? Yeah. Everyone else is like, yeah, this, and he's just like, I'm here. If you were a superhero, who would you be?
Batman.
No, Hulk. All right, so we're running onto the beach. Everybody's in just slow motion, just running in slow motion. The wind just whipping through all of our hair. Ooh, that was just luxurious. That was like real slow motion. That could be like a L'Oreal shampoo commercial. I like that. That was good. I'm glad you came up here. So we're running onto the beach, and then all of a sudden, all the people on my right side just understand that, because I'm in a suit and a tie, running onto the beach with these firefighters, and all the people on my right side, they just give me this confused look as to why I'm running out there. That's a good one. And then all of the people on my left give me this really confused, bewildered look. Oh, nice eyebrow. And then, as if this person knew exactly why I'm running out onto the beach to help, the biggest, burliest firefighter, the one directly to my left. He gave me this just nod of approval, as if he knew exactly what I was doing. And then in super slow motion, he decided to help me help them. So he decided to toss me a shovel in super slow motion. Dramatic. And in slow motion, I caught it, and we just start running back. Give them a big round of applause for coming up. Thanks for being here. You guys can have a seat. Give him one more. That was really fun. Thanks, Brant. So we ran out onto this beach. Everything was slow motion, wind whipping through our hair. It was sunset. I finally had my Baywatch moment. And when I got to the place where the actual crisis was occurring, the slow motion stopped. We started frantically digging in search of this boy, and it became very clear to me that it wasn't about me. It wasn't about me running out here. It wasn't about me helping. It wasn't about any sort of hero anything. Who was it about? It was about the boy, right? 5 minutes passed. No sign of the boy. I loosen my tie and I take it off. I put it in my pocket. I'm sweating through my shirt. There's sand and water all over my shoes, and they're just wrecked. But I realize that it doesn't matter because it's not about me. It's not about my clothes. It's not about me getting off of the beach path. It's about the boy. How many times in our lives do we place false importance on something? Our clothes, what we wear, where we live, what we do for our work outside of school, what we're competing in, what we're like. You guys, your value is not in what clothes you wear. Your value doesn't come from your shoe style or your hairstyle. That's not where your value comes from. You're valuable simply because you're you. And I think more people need to hear that. You are valuable simply by being exactly who you are right now in this very moment. And you are enough just how you are. You don't have to be stronger or better or prettier. You don't have to be smarter. Guys, you are enough. Right here, right now, you're good enough, smart enough, strong enough, pretty enough. And I hope you know that your value is internal and it's simply because you're uniquely you. I believe that. So we continue to dig. 10 minutes pass. No sign of this boy. We're 4 feet below the top of the sand. No sign of him. We continue to dig. People start to gather around the outside of this circle, this hole that we're digging. Most of them get their phones out. They start to record it. They start to take videos on Instagram and on Snapchat. We continue to dig. 15 minutes pass. We get deeper and deeper. News crews start to show up. They start to film all of this taking place. 20 minutes passes. My heart starts to sink in my chest a little bit because I don't know what it's going to look like when we finally reach this boy. We're 6 feet below the top of the sand. 25 minutes pass. An ambulance pulls up. It backs onto the beach, and it gets as close to this hole as it possibly can so that when we find this boy, we can pull him out of there, we can put him in the ambulance and take him off, hopefully get him the help that he needs. Guys, at the 28-minute mark, something changed. At 28 minutes, a firefighter who's at the absolute bottom of this hole that's 7 feet deep, he shouts to all of us, he says, "Back up!" So we all push each other back, and we start to look down into this hole that we had been digging. And you guys, the first thing that I saw as I looked down into this hole were the boy's hands. Because apparently, as the sand collapsed over top of him, the last thing that he could think to do was just put his hands over the top of his head as one last effort to try to protect himself or save himself. The firefighters frantically dig around his hands. They dig around his face and around his mouth. They try to get an air tube, oxygen down in there. They dig around his arms and his shoulders. They get lower and lower. And all I can do, I feel so helpless, I just wait and I watch. When all of a sudden a guy next to me kind of nudges me and he says, "He's moving." And I thought, there's no way. There's no way. After 28 minutes being buried under 7 feet of sand was this boy moving. But sure enough, I looked down in, and not only was this boy conscious, but he started to slowly help the firefighters get him the rest of the way out. They put a rope around the middle of him, pulled him to the top, put him in the ambulance, and took him away. It turned out at the end of this whole ordeal that this boy was going to be okay. And I turned around, and I took a big deep breath, and I started walking back to that same beach path I had walked down all summer long. And a couple of things occurred to me. One is that I could have gotten off of that beach path anytime I wanted to. I could have brought a change of clothes. I could have asked people to go swimming with them or to surf or to play volleyball or throw a frisbee. I could have done that any time I wanted to. But it took a moment. It took one important moment for me to jump off of that path and do something different. Guys, if you're on any sort of path right now that you don't think that's the direction you should be on, it takes one moment, one choice to jump off of that path and go somewhere else. If you are on a beach path right now that's making you miserable, if you're in your own head, if you're doing things over and over and over again the same way, take this as your moment to jump off of that path and go in a different direction. You can do it. It takes one choice, one action to step forward and make something else happen. The second thing I started to realize is immediately my phone started ringing, and it was not Barack Obama this time. My phone started ringing because this had made national news, and my friends started to call me, and they said, "Hey, Kyle, we saw you in a suit, in a tie, on the national news helping rescue a kid. We saw you on the news. You're a hero." And I took a step back, and I thought to myself, is this it? Is this what it means to be a hero? Is that what it looks like? And unfortunately for me, my answer is still no. Because I don't think a hero is someone who just one time gets off of a beach path, makes something happen. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that I deserve that sort of credit. I believe a hero, and this is the most important thing I'm going to say all day. So if you're the person in here whose eyes glazed over or you're not listening or something, now's the time to put those feet flat back, sit back up and listen, because this is it right here. I believe a hero is someone who makes the decision every day to make one positive impact in the life of someone else. Every day. Not just one time, not just in a crazy moment of crisis, but every day makes one decision, one choice, even if it's small, to make some sort of positive impact in the life of someone else. And it's intentional. It's not just if it comes up, I'll do it. But it's on purpose. Those people who choose every day to make one positive impact in the life of someone else, those teachers, those firefighters, your 4-H advisors, maybe it's you. Everybody in the world has the ability to be a hero if they simply make the decision every single day to make one positive impact, to see written on the forehead of every person they meet the words, "Make me feel important." And I really mean that it's intentional. Guys, set reminders for yourself. Put it in your phone. Do something to make it really stick. I also will share with you just really quickly, if you'll put that slide up on there. People ask me, well, how do I do it? If I'm going to make that choice every single day, how do I do it? Well, there's 4 ways, and they're really easy. One is help. Just choose to help the person around you. Seek out ways that you can help someone else. Be thoughtful. Second is engage. When we choose to put our phones down and look someone in the eye, to ask someone, how's your day, really? To create real, genuine connections with someone else and relationships with other people. When we respond and say, my first thought does not have to be my last thought. When we respond with patience and with poise, when we choose to take action or to go out of our comfort zone, when we respond in the right ways, we can become a hero. And when we own our power, because I said in the beginning that I didn't have superpowers, but I believe every single one of you has superpowers. You're a human being. You're not a tree. You're not a rock. Like, you're a human being. You can get up in the morning and you can make things happen. You have a brain in your head that's incredible. Like, you can do stuff. And it's really just owning the stuff that you can do. Own that power that you do have. Don't doubt yourself. Don't be skeptical of the impact you can make, but own it and say, I'm going to own my power today to help and to engage and to respond in the right ways. I'm going to become that hero that he talked about. So that's my challenge to you. My challenge to you today, if you'll go to that next slide, my hero challenge is to make one decision. I think it's the one before that. To make one decision. I'm on it today, guys. Make one decision every day to make a positive impact in the life of someone else. Guys, it's not just going to help them, it's going to help you. If you feel anxious, if you feel stressed, if you feel down or depressed, if you feel like you're grieving, stop looking inward so deep. Start to look outward. Find out how you can bring more joy to someone else. Find out how you can be thoughtful and help someone else de-stress. Find out how you can ask someone else how they're doing or get through a hard time. Guys, look outward. Serve the people around you. Use the skills that you have to become that hero, and do it every single day by simply making one decision. So I do have a daily reminder. I mentioned that it's intentional, and I'll tell you about it just really briefly. But my daily reminder, a lot of times I'll tell you, like, set it in your phone. Set an alarm to go off at a certain time to remind you to be a hero, to put it in your planner. For me, I wear this bracelet. This is what I call my hero bracelet. And for me, every single day, my goal is to flip the inside color as many times as I can. So this inside color flips. So if I do something that I feel is simply a small positive thing in the life of someone else, I can take this inside color out and I can flip it. And it's totally up to me, by the way. So I just got engaged a couple weeks ago. Thank you. Yeah. I'm very excited about it. But one day I was holding the door open for my now fiance, and she walked through the door, and she went through, and right after I kind of was like, all right, here we go. And she looked back and was like, I don't know if that counts. And I'm like, well, this ain't your bracelet. So heroic actions can be anything, and they can be in the eye of the beholder. So I hope that you choose to take positive action every single day. Think positive, take action, and create change. That's what it's all about, to help, to engage, to respond, to own your power, and to truly become a hero. So I'd like you to put that index finger back up in the air one more time. I'd like you to point to your head. You guys know all about 4-H. Your head is important. The knowledge that you create in your own head helps you become a hero. I want you to say, I am a hero. Good. Take that same hand. I want you to move it to your heart. Because I believe that all of the knowledge in the world is not helpful unless you choose to act with your heart, to choose to act with kindness and compassion and patience and generosity and love. I want you to hold your hand on your heart, and I want you to say, I am a hero. Good. I want you to put your hands out just like this, as if you're welcoming in anybody who needs it. You guys are welcoming in the people that you want to serve. You guys are going to use your hands to take action, to go for it. I want you to say a little bit louder, I am a hero. Guys, and last but not least, your health. You need to take care of yourself if you're going to take care of other people. Get yourself to 100% so that you can give 100% to other people. I want you to shout it out this time. I am a hero. I am a hero. Arkansas 4-H, you guys look like heroes to me. Thank you guys so much for having me here today. Really quickly, I like to say this just after my speech is done right now, but I like to say this just really quickly. If any of you need anything, by any means, my social media was just up there. Reach out. There's a link to my website. The Contact Us goes right to me. So if you need anything at all, even if it's advice, tips, anything, like reach out. I would love to be of service to you and help you in any way that I can. I'm going to be in the front after this. I'd love to meet you guys. I'd love to take photos or hang out or answer questions or just talk. So I'll be right over there by that table. And the last thing is I do have some hero bracelets here. They are for sale. So come on over if you would like to purchase a hero bracelet as well, if that's something that you think will help you in your hero journey. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate you having me here. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Again, thank you very much, Kyle. We appreciate your message of inspiration. Arkansas 4-H, let's give one more wild round of applause for kicking off this week to Kyle. Before we wrap up, we have a few announcements. Breakfast is from 6:45 to 8:30 each morning in the Fulbright Dining Hall near the dorms we're staying in. Your name tag is required to be able to eat, so please remember that. The buses that take you to your competitive events off campus depart at 7:45 a.m. Thursday morning. They will be at the bus stop in front of Hot Saw. Make sure you're there in plenty of time to get on your bus. Immediately following this assembly, you will eat dinner at the Fulbright Dining Hall. Your schedule does say Northwest Quad Dining Hall, which is the same exact area. Remember your name tag for dinner. After dinner, we will meet back here in the Student Union Ballroom at 7 p.m. for a magical and musical evening. If your county is participating in the lip sync battle tonight, please stay here in the ballroom when we finish up the assembly. You will receive important information and details about the competition. That concludes our opening assembly. Have a great time this week, and don't forget to ignite your world.